Maybe it's the anxiety, or maybe it's just the indecision, but I go through this on a regular basis. Let me tell you a story. A short but long story. Way before Blizzard Entertainment gave us the option to restore deleted characters, we used to actually have to contact them and create a ticket. I would stay up all night debating who to delete. My roster was getting larger each day, and I would debate who needs to go. I would say to myself, I have that class. I don't need two of them. I have that on the Horde. I have that on the Alliance. They're literally the same. It's like having a mirror. I would convince myself that having alts was a bad thing. After many conversations with friends, I would decide over and over again I didn't need these alts, so I would delete about 10 or more each time. As the night would go on, the regret would finally set in. I would feel stupid and silly for deleting so many characters that I spent months of my life working on. I would then devise a plan to email customer support and beg for my characters back by telling them how crazy and indecisive I was. I felt if I could use my emotions, maybe they would understand. It was a great plan for a few months, but after repeat behavior, it sparked a reply from Blizzard that I just wasn't ready for. They finally told me no after about 8 times of doing the same thing, delete the character, and then beg for a restore. Customer service wrote me back and said deleting was final, and that it was weird for me to be deleting so many characters and then always asking for a restore. I mean, I did feel kind of foolish, but I'm not going to deny it. It never stopped me. I continued to do it in hopes that somebody else would read that customer support ticket and not remember who I was, but I know they denied me multiple times. A similar thing happened to me in Star Wars: The Old Republic. It was pretty much version 2 of this story. Whatever I do in one game, of course I do in the other. These two games are tied to my life like peanut butter to jelly. So this behavior and fighting the urge to delete has run my adult life like a tree in a forest. It's there, and it needs its surroundings to live. That urge sits deep inside of me, and every time I make an alt, somewhere down the line, I get the desire and urge to delete it. Do you find yourself having this urge to delete your alts? Do you delete them and use the Blizzard restore tool days after? Do you wipe them all in regret and email support for a character restore? If you do, you're not alone. And I can't speak for everyone, but this is something I know I do, and quite often. I have a list of characters in the World of Warcraft that need a scroll bar to go through. I have it marked on my calendar each week when it's time to restore one character. It's a sad occasion, I suppose, when your anxiety and your indecision cause an impulsive decision, but I live with it, and I just keep going. As I've said, I've done the same thing in Star Wars: The Old Republic, and their customer service was kind enough to bring my characters back, but I have gotten lectures from them too. It was another split-minute decision that affected my playstyle, and I did regret it at the end. The repeat behavior of Caber76. Everybody on customer service knows it. I'm sure the devs in both games have a picture of me in their office with a big sign next to it that says, "Don't let this guy restore his characters." The reality is, I live with the urge to delete alts, even after I come up with a grand plan to make new ones. Maybe it's the mix of emotions, regret, or indecision, but either way, it's always a fight. If you truly want to be in control of your altitis, then you need to take hold of that urge to delete and just accept it. You do not have to take action or allow it to control you like I have. As I've been learning about thoughts through therapy, they are just thoughts and you don't have to respond to them. You can't really stop them or change them, but you can accept them. You don't have to make a choice because it found its way inside your mind. That urge to delete a character is always in my thoughts, and I used to think that I had to take action and make it right. But, as I said, the reality is it's just a thought.